through how to navigate Canvas. This is what it looks from the teacher view. You never need to bother seeing that. So we're going to switch to viewing as exactly how you're going to view it. There are a wide variety of buttons that you can press over here, but the main thing to know is that it should have your course listed to the left of the screen. That's the main button that you're going to want to look at. The exception may be the dashboard, because that may also provide you a to-do list, but you could just click into the class and see the to-do list too. Now, these two options that we have right here are home and modules. These two options provide you very similar information. The difference is that the home page has a to-do list to the right for you. You are more than welcome to use that if you would like, but I prefer to do the modules page because to-do lists give me anxiety. So if you're like me, stick to the modules page. The other page that you might see is the grades page. That's going to be useful for you. You're going to notice that your grades are set up so that it's based off of a total number of points instead of a percentage of points, and that's going to make more sense later down the road. But the important thing for you to know is that this lets you know that if you have no other assignments graded, and if you submit no other assignments, what your grade is at that point. So it's not based off of percentages, so that if you make a mistake on an assignment, it would punish your grade in ways. It would decrease your grade, whereas each point that you earn in this class just positively contributes to your grade. As you have questions about this, drop that in the chat box at the top of the modules page, and I'll show you that now. So this modules page is broken down so that each week you have a different set of modules. So at the top of the first week, you have a Q&A discussion board. This is not something that's required, but I want it to be easily accessible. What I'm looking for is if you have questions about the syllabus, about the course, about different assignments, I want you to drop those in there. I'm going to check them every weekday. But you can also respond to other people's questions if you know the answer and you see that question before I do. Go ahead and drop your responses there, but that is fair game for anyone at any point during the semester to ask questions that they need clarification on. In each module, I have what you're supposed to do based off of every day of the week. Each assignment is due at midnight, so that should be helpful for you to keep in mind. It's actually 11:59 p.m. And I want you on each day to work from the top down towards the bottom. So, for example, I'm going to assume today is June 2nd. So I want you to start with watching the How to Navigate Canvas video, which is hopefully what you're watching right now, and then watch the Meet Professor, then look at the syllabus, because that will help you better understand what to expect for the rest of the semester. Then tomorrow on Tuesday, I want you to start with the How to Think About Public Speaking video, then the Personal Report of Public Speaking Anxiety assignment, then watch Ethical Public Speaking, and then do the Virtual Classroom Ethics assignment. I think you get what I'm getting at. Now, this diverts slightly starting on Friday. Now, anytime that you have a speech, I want you to submit the speech here, and then I want you to also submit the speech here, both on the same day. The reason why this has a slightly different due date is because I want you to submit it on the day that it's listed under, but then I want you to go back in and provide feedback to 2 other people that you should be assigned that you should automatically be assigned by this June 9th date. So you're going to see that on every speech, that you're going to have to submit your speech at 2 places, then you're going to go back in on the second part and give feedback to other people. Now that we understand how Canvas is set up for you, I want you to understand what these different icons mean. So these icons beside the different titles indicate what that item is. So for example, this is an external URL. This is a document. This is an assignment, and this is this is a discussion board. Those should be the main icons that you're seeing. Now, on some of these, like for example, the file, something may come up here and sometimes it won't. And so sometimes you'll have to click here to get to what you're looking for. The same is true for links. Sometimes the link will come right up, and other times you'll need to click here to access the link. Both are completely appropriate ways to access that same information, just depending on what your computer is wanting to do in that moment. The last thing that I want to show you is there are two different softwares that I've put here based off of what works for you to record your videos. You do not have to use either one of these softwares to record your videos. You can use whatever software that you would like. I just put these two here because they also offer the screen recording option so that we can see your PowerPoint in your third or your fourth speech for the semester. But once again, you do not have to use these. You can use these, download the file to your computer, and then upload the file onto the assignment. Or you can download the file to your computer and then upload it to YouTube. You can make your settings so that only people who have access to the link can access your video, and then you can provide the link into those two places that you're submitting the assignment. As you have questions or struggles with this, one, I would suggest that you work on your speech the day before it's due so that we can work through any troubleshooting, any issues that you may have. And two, you can drop any questions that you have into this Q&A, Ask Me Anything discussion board. So those are the main ways that we can navigate Canvas together. And as you have questions, once again, drop them where we talked about it just a few minutes ago.